Alright, here we go with the rest of the card. Um, I do believe that Jake Ellenberger will avenge his loss from IFL. Uh, I just don't think that Jay Heron does well with guys that are as good of MMA wrestlers as Jake Ellenberger has become, and that's putting it in a nutshell. I'm going to try to keep these short. Dennis Seaver over Eddie again. Not going to get too much into it. Seaver's a far better striker. Real good takedown defense. We all know Seaver. Um, some of you know. Yeah, again. Seaver over again. Likely by some form of knockout or TKO. Uh, Earlier in the fight, even probably because Dennis brings it. So there you go. There's a good prediction on that one. Let's see here. Guys, I've thrown this next one around so much. Oh man, it really, I tell you what, it is a difficult prediction. Uh, Dennis Hallman and Thiago Tavares. Here you got a guy in Dennis Hallman that every time I think the guy is gonna lose, uh, a lot of times he wins. Uh, I mean, he honestly, for a guy, let's see here, that's 36, with 68 total fights. Um, the dude looks, I mean, like a sculpture or something. You know, I mean, he's fit. He's moves like a 20 or 25-year-old dude almost. I mean, he's uh, very top level in his grappling. Even though Ebersol was able to mount him and knock him out with the elbows, and I can't remember who in the hell I picked in that fight, and John Howard knocked him out. So, the stand-up is the questionable part, and if Tavares had faster hands, I would pick him in a second, because um, I think that Hallman. Let's see here. Look. Um, Dennis Hallman losses. Dennis Hallman. He has never been submitted. Wow, he's never been submitted. I don't know. Sometimes you can't trust the wiki page. Okay, it says he's never been submitted, and he's got 40 submission victories. Okay, that's what it says on the wiki. That's coming from the wiki. Uh, if Tavares had faster hands, though, he's good enough. He's an awesome black belt in BJJ, and he's got good stand-up. But uh, Hallman's really pretty fast, and what I think Tavares would have to do here is catch Hallman trying to think about or go for a takedown, and catch him, or catch him in a stand-up uh, exchange of some kind, and drop him, and then jump on him for the submission. Because Hallman's too good of a grappler. Thiago Tavares is probably not going to take him down with any wrestling style or with a clinch. That's just not going to happen. Um, so, with that said, I think I'm going to say screw it and go with Dennis Hallman in this fight. I'm going to go with Dennis Hallman. I think he's going to be able to defend submissions in the fight and probably obtain top mount or something that'll point him out. It'll probably be, I'm going to think like a decision, but hopefully not too boring, knock on wood. So that's my prediction on that fight. And I really put a shitload of thought into it, because if you look at them two guys on paper, it's like, that's a difficult fight to call. It really is, and I think it could still go either way. The next one, I know a lot of people are going with Yuri Shitani by decision of some kind, most likely. And I don't think that's a bad pick. I've saw a couple of my YouTube friends make that decision, and I don't think that's a bad pick at all. But I do like John Lineker. I like him in this fight, and I think I like him by some kind of stoppage. Uh, I'm going to take John Lineker in the first or second round in that fight over Yasuhiro Yoshitani. Um, Moving on down to the preliminary card on FX. I'm gonna get through these halfway quick. I'm gonna take Danny Castillo, and I'm gonna call a submission in that fight. Danny Castillo by sub. Um, Mitsugaki and Jeff Hellbound Hoogland. This is a difficult one here to call as well. This is the other one on this card that I threw around a lot. I threw it around quite a bit. Um, um, Mitsugaki, let's see here. In 24 fights, Mitsugaki's been submitted one time. And I, you know, really think that's what, I'm not really sure what the game plan will be for Jeff Hoogland because, hellbound, we've seen him fight twice in the UFC. Once against Donnie Walker, once against Yves Jabin. And, you know, both unanimous decisions that are not fights that really stick out in my memory. He had a hell of a win streak going when he came into the UFC, and Yves Jabin, let's see here, Yves Jabin ended that. Faced Yves Jabin on May 15th. Hoogland was dominated for 3 rounds and lost the fight. So he was dominated for 3 rounds by Yves Jabin. So, yeah, I don't know. I'd have to go with Mitsugaki in this fight. I like Hoogland coming into the UFC. I'd like to see him do something in this fight, and I'd like to see him move his way up the ladder. But he really does have a tough guy in front of him here in Mitsugaki. He's the real deal. So, Hellbound Hoogland, we're gonna see if you can face the real brother. So, let's see here. Tim Means over a guy, Abel Trujillo, Abel Trujillo. Tim Means, well, I'm not picking against him until he gets his ass kicked now, because, let's see, I'm going to make sure I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, exactly. I picked against him in his last 2 fights, giving these guys Checo Magaleus and Salas credit, and Tim Means just keeps kicking everybody's ass. 8 minutes and 22 seconds. I gotta hurry up. Gotta keep these damn things under 10 minutes for right now until I get this shit figured out. Cruikshank over Martinez. Um, Roller and Boatman. Let's see here. Roller and Boatman. I've been throwing this one around a little bit myself too. D1 wrestler, out of Boatman. All American 2001, 2003, 2004. Third or fourth place all 3 of those years. The University of Minnesota. Uh, and then Shane Roller, another D1 wrestler, not quite as decorated from college, but has had quite a good MMA career. 11-6, but we all know that Shane Roller is the real deal. He comes to fight and holds one of the only good decisive victories over Jamie Varner, who I'm not going to look up his record, but anyways, man, that's a hard one to pick. It really is. They've been throwing a lot of good competition towards Volkman lately, and